All right, awesome, perfect. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sooner or Later podcast. I'm your host, Joey, and for episode 108, we're reviewing Bullet Train. Bullet Train is directed by David Leitch, screenplay by Zach Olkowitz, based on Maria Beatle, published in English as Bullet Train by Kotaro Isaka, produced by Kelly McCormick, David Leitch, and Antoine Fuqua. Cinematography by Jonathan Sela, edited by Elizabeth Ronald Stewart. Music by Dominic Lewis. Production companies are Columbia Pictures, Fuqua Films, and 87 North Productions. Distributed by Sony Pictures Releasing, with a release date of July 18, 2022 at Grand Rex, and August 5th, 2022 in the United States, and a runtime of 126 minutes. It had a budget between 85.9 and 90 million, and as of 8/7/2022, it has brought in $62.5 million worldwide. So not making its money back so far, but that's okay. Hopefully it does at some point make its money back. It has a critical consensus of 54% on Rotten Tomatoes with 234 reviews and 78% audience score with 1,000 plus verified ratings, with a critics consensus saying that Bullet Train's colorful cast and high-speed action are almost enough to keep things going after the story runs out of track. So my colorful cast of characters. Oh, what the hell's happening? My colorful cast of characters. We're gonna start the timer here in a minute. All right, start. Okay.
Bullet Train.
Spoiler free. This movie's fucking great, and the critics are crazy.
This movie is
I don't
fine,
get why the critics are shitting on it.
I mean,
I'm gonna scroll down and read some of these rotten reviews while you explain some shit, James.
So, story-wise, I think that's going to be their biggest issue. I think this movie may or may not have tried to do too much and got bogged down by it. But overall, it wasn't enough to be like, hey, I don't like this.
So we totally don't agree on this movie then. And we were making jokes before the podcast that we're all going to agree on it for the most part. I love this movie because it's a live action anime. This is the best live action anime.
That's exactly what the fuck I was thinking, dude. Bro, I was like, the way they're introducing the characters and like all the title cards,
the story
like
beats are super reminiscent of an anime. Like, and it makes sense that it's based off of a manga, right? Because it feels like an anime just brought to life. Like, and clearly it's a live action anime that brings this novel to life.
Yeah, most of these critics are saying like it's just nonstop boring action. It's firing nothing but blanks.
Well, I don't think the action's boring. That's ridiculous.
Nonstop violence becomes tediously boring. The story doesn't make sense. It's all about action.
So do we think that it could have been a miscommunication, or not even miscommunication, but just the lack of understanding of the way that anime or, Japanese dark comedic thriller novels are told? Because that could be it, right? Like, anytime that you're translating a work of fiction from any other country, something's going to get lost in translation. And I think here, it's got to mostly be the fact that these critics have never seen an anime.
Yeah, who knows? Because, I was looking at the Reddit reviews on this, and, some people were saying that, it's even better than the, what they adapted it from. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I just don't understand how people are like, this movie's bad. I the whole time I was watching it, I was like, this is a perfect anime film.
It's kind of like a John Wick situation, right? Where they're setting up, or they're telling you bits and stories of this world.
Mm-hmm. And I think the world building is master class world building, because they're drip feeding it to you, and they're giving you a second to get used to the information that you just told before moving the story forward and giving you another connection and another connection. And I'd be interested to see if any of the reviewers were like, the story is super contrived, because I don't even think so. I think the story all makes sense and it's super well buttoned up, and when they start revealing certain aspects of the story to you, you're like, yeah, I get it. Like, this makes sense, especially in the world that they're building. Like, it all makes sense. Like, this doesn't seem too outrageous to me whatsoever.
I think the issue people might have though is like it does in the end, like do the whole bow tie towards the end, but as it's going, you're almost like, why are they doing this? But
like that's a cool mystery though.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but it seems that people didn't like that though.
But it's so weird, like and I'm not arguing with you directly, but like I don't understand how you couldn't want the mystery. I think the mystery was some of the best parts of this movie, was not knowing what was going to happen next, or what characters were going to do, or where things were going to end up. I think it's fantastic. It's one of my favorite movies of the year so far. It's fucking cool.
Like, I understand, like, the story problems, like, people have with it. Like, okay, sure, I get what you're saying. Like, for me, it didn't hit, like, the storytelling. But, like,
really?
it was still fine. Like, I didn't hate it. But, like, a lot of it, so it's like the people are either saying, like, oh, I don't like the story, or it has too much action, but it's just, like, it's an action movie. Like, what is that?
You came to an action movie. How are you mad about action? And
it's
like, good. The directing is really good. I don't think there's too much shaky cam. They're not cutting away from hits happening. It's super
I'm
kinetic.
a big fan of the fight sequences. I think the choreography is great in this movie. I think one of the best scenes is they showed in the trailer, though, which I wish they didn't, though.
Don't even get me started on the fucking trailer.
The trailer was fucking ridiculous.
I mean, yeah, that is true, too. I mean, we talked about this before this movie came out, where they just showed too much. Because even the trailer, like, there's certain things where it's like one of the big reveals, like, I'm not gonna spoil it now.
You got like 5 minutes and then you can spoil the shit out of it.
Like, I saw it coming because of the trailer, and I like knew who I knew the characters in the movie.
Oh, so, did you? I
like,
legitimately was surprised by most of the characters in the movie. I don't think the trailer ruined story aspects. It ruined all of the action set pieces, though.
Oh yeah, all the action
exactly
sure.
what was going to happen. The action set pieces were still cool, but if you cannot watch a trailer for this movie, don't fucking watch it. None of them. Not even the teaser. Don't watch none of it.
What this movie does, though, that is cool, though, is it does leave out one character from the trailer.
Yes.
Then I think so. If Nope had done that in the trailer, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. Like, because like if this did what Nope did, I think it would have totally changed. Kind of. Then I think it really would have gave away the whole movie. But I really do like
You're
how
talking about the second trailer for Nope, right?
Yeah, the last one we saw. Where it's it introduced too many characters, and I think this one leaving out a specific character
was great.
Really had me the first 30 minutes being like, what is actually going on? Wait, I thought I knew what was going on.
Yeah, they did a good job not spoiling any story beats, which was cool. And I'm interested to hear. Go ahead.
I was because thinking back on the trailer, I was like, oh, we know everything, but then actually watching the movie, you're like, oh shit, dude, they cut it up real nice, like so that we don't know what we're actually, what's actually going on.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some things with certain characters where it's like, oh, I don't know why they relieved that in the trailer, but it's fast, and if you only see the trailer once or twice, you may not notice. But I knew the outcome for one of the people from the trailer, so it's like, okay, when is that happening?
I think I know who you're talking about.
Probably
a certain Hispanic male.
Well, that person too.
Oh, it's someone else. We'll talk about it in 3 minutes.
I mean, so yeah.
We're tiptoeing.
Okay.
So I don't want to accidentally spoil anything. But this cast is stellar, and I think nobody misses their mark.
He's one of the best.
It's so funny though. His character felt like he was on set for 5 days, and it's like they got 5 days to shoot this movie. There's just so much happening with other characters in this movie that it was like, I don't think they had Brad Pitt for as long as they had Aaron Taylor Johnson. They just didn't have him for as long.
Well, I mean,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna let you know right now. They were just like, okay, we just filmed a Lost City.
Hold on.
What the hell happened?
Jack joined the call. Oh, he left.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
They were like, okay, we just got done filming a Lost City. Let's just make this other movie real quick.
Spoiler. No. Wait the 2 minutes, because that is so much fun, and I do not want that to be spoiled for anybody.
Okay.
Because I didn't know.
I mean, that was random.
It was awesome though. It was so cool.
Yeah.
But I
mean,
think,
there was 2 times that happens where I'm like, oh, I did not see that coming.
yeah. But I think largely everyone in the cast played their characters exactly perfectly. Like, and going back to what I said before, if this is, and it is adapted from a Japanese novel, this I could recognize every single anime trope happening in real time.
Is it a novel or a manga?
It said a novel, and it didn't say a graphic novel, so I'm assuming it's just like literally
A normal
word.
Yeah, a normal book.
But it's gonna follow the same tropes that, you know, other media is gonna follow, you know. But I think it was perfect. And maybe it was because it was so random, and I did not think that was how this movie was gonna play out. But I didn't realize how much I needed to see a live action anime with Brad Pitt as the lead. You know what I mean? Like, I just didn't know how much I needed.
It's weird though with that. I almost think I would have rather had someone else play the lead.
What?
Yeah, because it almost feels like a different actor's movie.
Who would have played this better, man?
I would agree with you. It does, and we could talk about it a little bit more in 30 seconds because I think that has to do with
spoilery.
Yeah, I think it is a little. I mean, you're right. When you're talking like that, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. I mean, yeah, and I think that is why it kind of feels like, you know, some of the other characters got a little beefier roles is because it's like, bro, we don't got Brad Pitt for very long. He's out here, you know, hanging out with Jennifer Aniston. We can't have him for more than 5 days.
But I think Brad Pitt's good in it, but it's like something slightly off with the movie, and I don't know what it is.
I think the storytelling is just tripping you up, honestly.
Maybe.
I think you're just mad that Bad Bunny
I'm not a Bad Bunny fan. Like,
you're like, why didn't Bad Bunny get the whole movie? Like, why wasn't he in the whole movie? What the hell?
I mean, he had no like fucking speaking lines.
Guys, that's spoilers. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in on every social media or everything to watch our spoiler-free review of Bullet Train. If you're loving the conversation, well, I think I'm going to edit some of it because it was a little spoilery, a little bit there. If you had fun listening to us talk about Bullet Train, go ahead and click on over to the spoilery review of Bullet Train, so you can find out exactly how we feel about different aspects of it. So yeah, we love you guys. Bye.